Hey everyone, off the Mike Sports Network here. On a serious note, I'm going to take a departure from sports and sports entertainment content here for a second, because this is a topic that's really personal to me. Um, for those of you who do or do not know, I am a lifelong, outside of 1 year, I have spent the entirety of my life almost in Los Angeles County or San Fernando Valley in Southern California. So to see a place that I've grown up be ravaged by wildfires and brush fires and just high winds over the last week has really been jarring. It's the first true natural disaster of my adult life. I remember, obviously, we talk about COVID. That was a health crisis, but with the earthquake of 1994, I was 5 years old when that happened, and to see a lot of people struggling, having their houses burned down to the ground, places and schools that people went to, and communities being burned to the ground for stuff that's completely out of their control, being evacuated to safety. There was a brief moment on Thursday that I thought I was going to have to evacuate, but it was just a mistake in terms of reporting. But anybody who is affected, first of all, anybody who's been affected by these fires, I pray for you. I pray for your families. I pray for everybody. Nobody deserves to go through anything like this ever. And it sucks that we're literally 9, 10 days into 2025 and we've got such a tragic and horrific thing going on throughout Southern California. But I want to talk about, obviously there has been a lot of love and support, and I everybody who's reached out to me, and I've obviously reported back to a lot of my family members and stuff. It means the world. The one thing that really pisses me off is, why does this have to be somebody's fault? Because politically, like, it's this is a blue state. Like, I could care less about politics or anything when it comes to something like this situation with, these fires. Like, I'm not going to look and try to blame Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass. I'm not going to try and blame Donald Trump or any of these people who are going to be in power and be inaugurated on the 20th. I'm not going to blame them. This is a natural disaster. This has happened. Climate change is clearly a real thing. These winds came out of nowhere. I've lived here 30 plus years, and I've never seen winds quite like that. And it contributed absolutely to these things literally spreading like wildfire. But can we stop? For the love of God, can we please stop trying to blame people for what is going on here? There are so many people who are losing treasured, valuable things, their home, their childhood homes, their memories, their things. People are losing, and some of these people who have lost their things are trying to blame people. Guys, this is life, and this is and at this point, you should be grateful that you weren't heavily affected by a lot of these tragedies, and even more so, and you're still alive. Like, this sucks, man. But just piling on it and trying to find and pass off blame, that's not the way to go. That's not going to help us get better. That's not going to help the communities heal during this time of need. And I'm sick and tired of every single, like, crisis that has happened that has to become a political thing. It's made me more political. I was never a political person, but to act like fires being burning down people's homes is an act of politics is a bunch of bullshit. Like, you can feel however you want about certain politicians, but one thing that is just completely and utterly ridiculous, and that I will never fundamentally understand, is how it is a politician's fault that wildfires are burning homes down and that people are losing lives or are getting seriously injured or having to evacuate, and it's not safe and people are really scared. Can we just try and find a way to heal and rally together? Isn't that what America's about? I know this is supposed to be a sports channel, but I wanted to come on here and, put this out in the open and hope that it reaches people to the point where it can start like, and I know it might fall on deaf ears, but this is how I feel. And no matter how I feel politically, no matter how I feel and what I believe a certain way, something like a fire or several fires should not be a reason to like, make it about one state being blue, one state being red. Because that's not what this country was built on. We're built on all are created equal. All men, they said. It could be all men, everyone should be created equal. It shouldn't be based off of one political party. It shouldn't be, oh, it's the Democrats' fault that my house burned down. Oh, it's the Republicans' fault. It's Donald Trump. Look, I may not like Donald Trump, but the reality of the situation is the only way that we're going to get better is if we unite in these times of need. And when I see stuff the way that the whole pandemic was handled 5 years ago, and now I'm seeing the same pattern happen all over again with this fire situation. Granted, it's only in one state, and it's a state that I hold near and dear to my heart because I've lived here almost my entire life. But y'all got to just take a step back and realize, okay, if we don't have each other, we got nothing. And that's what's so frustrating to see everybody just, fighting and just having this dick swinging competition about whose fault it is or just trying to point fingers. It's like, we're not children. We should be better than this. So that's my big point. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.